Loaded in doing a grocery Q&A, and the very first question is, can you eat expired milk? What do you think?
Ooh, man, if you got to eat it, it's got to be pretty chunky.
Okay.
You can, yeah, you can.
Can you eat expired milk? Yes, you can. So let me explain. Let me get my picture up here, or two pictures.
It's funny though, people are asking if you can eat expired milk, and when I hear eat, I think something that you need a spoon for. That would be a little freaky.
That would be a little much, wouldn't it? Okay.
Oh wait, that's called yogurt, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. Okay, so let me explain something first of all here. So expiration dates are kind of arbitrary. So we live in northern Wyoming, and if you'll see on my milk here, it says Wyoming sell-by date, and this is actually in my refrigerator right now. The Wyoming sell-by date is September 2nd. The Montana sell-by date is September 2nd, and the Wyoming sell-by date is September 9th.
Well, that's the best buy date.
That's the day. Well, yeah, very good. Yeah, you're right, actually. I didn't even see that. So what does this tell us? In Montana, they have to get the milk off the shelves by the 9th of September, the 2nd of September. But in Wyoming, they have to get it by the 9th of September, because that's when it starts to go down in quality. Okay. So in Montana, you have an extra week. Now, here's the thing. Usually for milk, it is good for 1 to 2 weeks past the sell-by date, at least for a minimum. Now you can see this is in my fridge for 3 weeks. And we only have one person drinking milk in our house now. So I'm going to be stopping buying gallon milks now. But
there was also soy milk and almond milk.
Well, yeah. But milk, most places have the sell-by date, but the best by date is still 1 to 2 weeks later. So let's say your milk is expired. We've drank milk that's 2 weeks old. Now, this milk now is getting soured, and I'm just saving it for banana bread, pancakes. You could make it into yogurt if you want.
That's great in biscuits too.
Yep, really good in biscuits. Any quick breads, any yeast breads you could use it in. You can use it to replace all of the water in your cakes, your pancakes, your waffles, all of that. And so, yes, you can eat expired milk. It's perfectly fine as long as it doesn't smell bad or taste bad. Just pour a little bit in a glass and see if it tastes bad. Now, right before it goes to start getting spoiled, it will have a super sweet smell to it or taste to it. And it gets like super sweet before it starts to go sour. So that when you'll know if it's a week or two later and you go to taste it, will it be souring soon? If it starts getting this extra sweet taste, yes. So if it's not sour, doesn't look chunky, smells just fine. Well, unless some of you have COVID again, then you won't have a problem. It's not going to food poison or anything like that. So yes, we discovered Mike ended up with that thing going around once again last week when he said, "Man, what's wrong with this salt?" I'm like, "There's nothing wrong with the salt."
What do you mean? Seasoned salt in the regular salt shaker? It tastes a little off.
Then we took that thing going around test, and somebody was positive. So anyway, yes. So that's.
Don't worry, it's not a computer virus, so y'all are all safe.
Wow, the way some people reacted last time, you would think it wasn't, didn't you? Okay, Tanya, first of all, thank you, Tanya, for the wonderful box that we received. All the chocolate got here in perfect condition, and the plants, thank you so much. I am super excited to get those in the ground. Tanya sent us a care box, so thank you. I'll give Mom her goodies when we go garage selling on Friday. Well, if we go garage selling on Friday. The garage sales haven't been that great lately.
It's
The last
the
2
season
weeks.
is puttering.
It is. It's
coming
very
to
much
an end.
puttering. So, all right. So the next question I got in an email this week, and Steph said, you said the prices are some today as in the 1950s. How?
The same.
The same. Oh, the same. You said the prices are the same today as in the 1950s. How? Is it true that I remember McDonald's being Big Mac only $2? Now they're $6. Everything is a lot more expensive now. I don't get how you don't think it's more expensive. So I'm confused. Okay. Prices actually aren't more expensive now. Nobody wants to believe this. I am the only person in the entire universe saying this, but it's true. And all you have to do is go in and do the calculations yourself. So I sent her a screenshot of an inflation calculator. And let me walk you through this. Now, I think all my numbers are correct. They may not be. I did double and triple check, but.
Well, the thing is, I think that a lot of people don't understand is what inflation is.
Well, don't even work. Don't confuse people.
Okay.
Don't confuse people.
Fine.
They will get confused.
Fine.
Okay.
Fine.
A Big Mac.
Fine.
So in the 1950s, there was no such thing as a Big Mac. So I typed in, when was a Big Mac $2? So in 1983, a Big Mac was $2. I put it in the inflation calculator, and in 2025, that same Big Mac that was $2 should cost $6.47 now. But the average price for a Big Mac right now in 2025 is $5.79. That means it's actually cheaper to get a Big Mac now than you could have in 1983. So the price actually went down for a Big Mac. People can't see that, but that's actually what happened. So
Kimberly pointed out that they are a little smaller than they used to be.
Well, and that could be.
So
it could
that's
be.
Why it's cheaper.
But even at that, so let's say they are smaller. If they were $5.79 now, and let's add on the extra dollar, $6.40. Let's say they take off $1 worth of stuff, then you're still even to the $2 Big Mac in 1983. You're still even with price. So let's just say it costs the same. So prices haven't gone up or gone up, down. We can just say that it's the same price. So as far as that, you have to go in, if you're going to say things like that, go in and look on an inflation calculator and see. Now, I also went in and said, okay, so let's just see compared to incomes back then to now. So in 1983, the average median income per household was $24,000. In 2025, it's $75,000. Wow. So the prices really aren't going up because the household incomes are still higher. They're still higher.
The percentage of your income that it costs to buy that item is about the same, is what she's saying.
So even though stuff is higher, incomes are higher despite what people think. I know 16-year-olds making $16 an hour at starter jobs. In 1987, so just a few years after this, I made $3 an hour at my starter job when I was 16. I made $3 an hour. So prices really aren't going up because the household incomes are still going up. Now, let's just keep going on this trail and say.
I would say though, if you're certain jobs, like if you're 35 years old and you're working at Walmart, then you're going to be making less money than you could be making because the average person doesn't stay at Walmart for their whole career.
They better not.
Yeah. And so if that's the issue, then you probably need a different job.
Yeah. If you're staying at Walmart for
even
your
if
whole
you've
career,
been there 8 years or
ambition.
10 years and you're kind of, vested or whatever, it doesn't really matter. If it's not paying you enough, get a different job.
Yeah. Okay. So then let's go to mortgages. In 1983, $2,000 was the average monthly income, and $400 was the average mortgage. So it was 19%, 19.5%, so almost 20% of their monthly income. In 2025, $6,200 was the average monthly income, and $2,100 was the average mortgage. That's 34% of your monthly income. So have mortgages gone up? Yes, mortgages have gone up. But 30%, 34% of your monthly income for a mortgage is absolutely not unreasonable at all. That's not unreasonable at all. To have a $2,000 mortgage when you're bringing in $6,200 a month. Where people are really getting hit is they're paying for daycare to the tune of $2,000 to $3,000 a month, which is absurd. Stay home and raise your own kids and don't pay the daycare. They're driving new cars to the tune of $1,000 for a car payment, which is also absurd. You can get a new used car for $3,000 to $5,000, and don't tell me you can't do it. In our family, in the last 3 months, we have purchased 4 cars. 2 of them were $1,000 and needed $500 worth of work. Another one was $1,500. Mike and I gave our son $3,000 because he found it for us. So he was our dealer. That sounds bad, doesn't it? And
he's our car dealer.
So we paid $3,000 for a car that needed like $200 worth of work. And then Mom paid $3,000 for a vehicle. They are around. And it's not that difficult. I mean, you got to do some work and you may have to drive a little bit to go get them, but it's very doable. And it's funny because somebody on a Dave Ramsey video was saying, well, you just can't get a good, reliable car under $20,000. I did not keep my mouth shut. And I said, that is a lie straight from the pit of hell. That is absolutely a lie. Absolutely a lie. Don't be sitting there. It's all in your spending. Don't be sitting there saying you can't do it. You can do it. It's all in your spending. It's just whether or not you want to spend it that way or not. All right, next. Do I use an app to buy groceries? Yes and no. Do I use an app? So I use the Walmart app just to order groceries online for pickup, but I don't use any money saving apps or grocery apps or anything like that. We have 2 grocery stores in our town and Walmart, and that's it. I can't be comparing prices all over the place. So go ahead and send me the first one. I don't use apps. I know there are a lot of people who do use them, and you can just research whichever ones, or if you guys have a comment on what your apps are now that you're using, go ahead and put that in for everybody. But no, I really don't use any apps. All right, guys, our Dining on a Dime cookbooks right here, volume 1 and volume 2. In the description below, you can find the links for our cookbooks, our gluten-free, dairy-free edition. Also, volume 1 and 2, they go together, but they're totally separate recipes. So you can use them separately or you can use them together. And you'll get wonderful recipes for both. Easy to get you in and out of the kitchen, quick. Your family will love. And you don't have to spend a lot of money on groceries. All right, we're going to get to comments and questions here because I know there are more comments and questions. Amazing Grace asks, Tara, how is your finger? Did you guys see what I did on that pan? Holy macaroni. So it's been a month since I filmed that video and my finger is healed.
What was the scoop?
That was where it slid down the side of the pan.
It's like a paper cut?
Yeah.
A metal paper cut?
Yeah, I remember when I had you get it out and I cut it. It is still very tender though. It really cut it bad. So I was able to get the bleeding stopped. I go to a nurse practitioner, and I'm on Facebook with her, and she goes to my son, her kids go to my son's school, and we had a school meeting, and I texted her and said, do you do stitches at school? Get together if we need them. She's like, oh my goodness, Tara, what have you done now? But it just slid right along the edge of that pan. And I mean, it still gives me chills thinking about it. So it is doing much better.
In the bathtub.
I know. Yeah. Well, so then this was longer. It was like a week later. I slid my hand along the bottom of the bathtub. I don't even know why I slid my hand up. I think I dropped something in the bathtub and I was trying to find it. And my finger still isn't healed. My finger hit, the non-slip sticky things that are on the bottom of bathtubs. Well, it must have been coming up and it jammed under my fingernail, and then I couldn't get that to stop bleeding. I was like, my goodness, I'm absolutely falling apart. So, Kay Seawald says, I keep picnic coolers in my trunk during hot weather for dairy and cold items. Otherwise, milk especially would go bad if I didn't immediately go home. Oh, yeah. When we lived in Idaho, we did the same thing because we had to go 70 miles for groceries. So I totally get that. Millie, I usually make grocery shopping the last thing I do. Then home, I have insulated bags to keep them cold. Yep, that's a great idea. Brianna, hello from New Hampshire. I use coolers to divide cargo space unnecessarily in winter, but critical in summer. Yeah, I totally get it. And Mike and I were just talking about how when we went on our Northeast trip last year, if we could go back to anywhere, it would be New Hampshire.
Yeah, I didn't know anything about New Hampshire, but we really liked it.
I liked New Hampshire. It was a normal place to go. Roxanne, Tara, I just tossed out an open container of yogurt. When I opened it, it looked and smelled good, but I dared not eat it only because the date was July 4th. So, wow, July 4th, that's 10 weeks. 10 weeks. Yeah, 10 weeks is quite a while. Although if it smelled good and looked good, I probably would have tried it myself. But yeah, I probably would have got rid of it. Yeah. Robin, I wanted sour cream. I had the name brand, the store brand. It was over a year old. I opened the store brand and it was curdled, but the other was 100%. I had several potatoes over the week. It was fine. Holy moly. That's a long time. Wow. Bounty the Badlands. Evening load. Been scrubbing walls and windows since 5 to get it done before the live. Didn't quite get it all done. Oh, I'm so sorry. You go, girl. Yeah, Mike and I, we have the project that will never end. I'm trying not to cry. Actually, I just have no feelings left. I'm just numb. But Jack and I all summer moved rocks because I got this brilliant idea to make an English garden. And you can't see it. The pictures don't do it justice. But this is about a third of it right here. So can you guys, let me go for it. Is it going to focus? Focus. No focus. Hold on. Maybe I need to upload it. Well, oh yeah. Okay. So it goes all the way. Oh yeah. See my blue paint on my hands? I'm turning into a Smurf. So it goes clear back up over into this way. And you can see here's another picture of it right there. And then you can kind of see. So we've had this stuff laying all over the driveway for 8 weeks now. And Jack and I were moving all this rock, and I got this brilliant, and we could not get the fence in the ground. We could not get the fence in the ground. Can't get the poles in. We even rented a power driver and just wanted to cry. Power driver couldn't even get the T-posts in. So we finally got rebar, and rebar is holding up my picket fence that we're trying to put in. Got it for $200.
I usually sort of snarl at rebar, but it's actually working pretty well because the ground is so hard there.
Yeah. And so the ground is just refusing to let the posts go in. So we finally got rebar in. So today we spent all morning and part of the afternoon. We got about half of the fence done. Finally, after trying to get it in for 8 weeks. It has been so utterly frustrating. It's not even funny. Roxanne says make soft cheese with whole milk. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, working hard is an understatement. Oh my goodness. I started working at about June. I finally just gave up on my gardens for this year and started working towards just working for next year. If we're here next year. I don't know. The rapture didn't happen today. And we're still here.
Maybe it did and we didn't go.
What? Oh, have you guys been hearing about that? It's pretty funny. Okay. Jen says that lady on Hoarders said expiration dates are kind of arbitrary too. Well, I wouldn't listen to anybody on Hoarders, but yeah, she's right to a point. Now, if you're a hoarder and it's nasty, no, it's not that arbitrary. Miami Badlands, I've had 18% cream, still good a month past the date. Yep. Patricia, how long will powdered milk last past the expiration date? Years. Powdered milk will go years. I have some powdered milk that was literally 10 years old. It was 10 years old in my stockpile that had got pushed to the back and I didn't see it, that I have used, and it's been fine. Tanya, I learned something. If you sniff the container, it sneaks. It could be sour milk at the top and the rest may be okay. So pour it in a glass. Yes, that is a very good tip to remember. You are correct, Tanya. Katie, your grocery price book came in the mail yesterday and I've started filling it out. I can tell it's going to be really helpful. Thank you. Yes. Right here, we have a few left, guys. And all you do is put in your store and the price. And then you know if it's a better deal when it goes on sale. So like, what's this? Toilet paper. So 5 cents an ounce is what I pay for toilet paper. If I find it less than that, then I will stock up. If it's more than that, then I wait for it to go on sale again. Now, with prices changing so much, you may have to adjust your prices up or down, mostly up. But, you know, you can still find some stuff. Like I found barbecue sauce for $2 for the huge one of Baby Ray's. That's the one that we like the best. Well, we like the homemade the best, but I don't always make the homemade. And
but wow, for $1 each, wasn't it $1 each?
It was $2 for the
each?
big bottle. So that would have been $1 for the little bottle.
Wow.
But yeah. So I found those on clearance at Walmart the other day. They had Twizzlers, which I know Twizzlers isn't a necessity, but $1.
Wow.
For a bag of Twizzlers. But I didn't have anybody that I could get Twizzlers for.
Oh.
So, yeah.
I miss Twizzlers, but probably better that you didn't get them for
yes. So you can get our price book at livingonadime.com, guys. Denise, hello from Minnesota. Hello. Vicky, prices have gone up, but so have salaries. Yes, exactly. Carol, it's about income versus price ratio, according to inflation. Yep. Roxanne, I'm going to make my muffins. Those, if you're doing mom's sweet muffins, that's my mom's recipe in here. And then what I did is in volume 2, that's the only repeat recipe, only because we didn't have space in here. So in here's the original recipe, and it is repeated in here, but I think I put 14 variations to that recipe in volume 2. I got those all made out for everybody. Maybe I should do that video of every one of those, make all the muffins.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Bounty in the Badlands, her starter job was 97 cents. Holy moly.
Wow.
Nathaniel, bottom line is people need to just live within their means. You are right. That is exactly what it amounts to. And you can do it. You absolutely can do it. And I have no sympathy with these TikTokers and all these people. And they're like, well, boomers don't get it. Well, first of all, I'm not a boomer. Thank you very much. But secondly, I have lived that. I wasn't going out and getting tattoos. When you're all tattooed up and you're complaining about groceries, when you got fingernails up the wazoo, even if they're the fake ones that you buy at the store and put on yourself, I have no sympathy. Go buy food with that money instead. Froze family, if you stay out of the hamburger shops altogether, it doesn't matter how much food costs. Exactly. Vicky, when I started working back in 1990, I made $3.80 an hour. So yes, things are cheaper back then because wages were a lot lower. Yep. Joanne in and we didn't have all the Chinesium stuff back then either. That didn't really start happening until the late 80s, early 90s. around the 90s when all the Chinese stuff started infiltrating. So actually stuff is cheaper because we had all the Chinese made stuff then. Janet, I never did daycare. You work all week, pay the daycare. I just learned how to budget. Very good. Yep. I'm not going to work to pay daycare. I know. I just don't get it. These people who spend all this money on daycare. Send me the next one. Jen says, have people's electric bills gone up lately? I don't know. I don't pay the electric bill.
So
has our electric bill?
If you look at your electric bill, if you see that the total price went up, that's not necessarily an indication. I mean, it is an indication that the total price went up, but what's happening a lot is because of the inflation that we've had over the last several years has been pretty steep. It's causing them to have to pay more for sending you the power. So if you look at your power bill like now and compare it to one from whenever it was in the before days, see what it is on there that went up, because there's a price per unit of power, and then there are other things that are listed on there. And I haven't seen ours go up very recently, but in maybe a year ago I saw it go up fairly steeply, and it was because of increased costs because of inflation in terms of getting it to us. So unfortunately, that's not great, but that's why inflation should be avoided. So
let's see. So if I Google this in 1983, because that's what we were using with our Big Macs, the average kilowatt hour for electricity was 7.2 cents per hour. And now it is 17 to 19 cents per hour averaged across the country.
Yeah. So if the bill is going up overall, it's probably because
sounds
of
like about normal
increased fuel costs and other things because of increased taxes and stuff in pretty much from the last presidential administration, really. So unfortunately, that's the kind of thing that you can't really control that. You just have to recognize as long as inflation is happening, or it's going to be more expensive. That's one of the reasons why all the fast food places are suddenly like $10 or $12 for a value meal. How crazy is that? The other day they were advertising when I was at the gym for this like small value meal at McDonald's or something, and they were saying how it's such a great deal at $8. I was like, $8? I remember when it wasn't that long ago when the big value meal was $2.99.
Yeah. So. Oh, brother. All right. Let's see. Did you send me the next one? Oh, here it is. Okay. Yeah, post questions and comments, guys, if you have them. Cooking with Deb says the Fetch app is easy. Yeah, I have heard that. And Roxanne says she uses Kroger to save with digital coupons. Yep. Anne says sour milk is also good for your septic systems. Yes, the bacteria will eat all the poop in your septic system and the toilet paper, so that's good. And just Vicky's, those clean slices on skin are the worst. Oh my goodness, it still gives me chills thinking about it. Yes, it does. And I have just learned, because I do this all the time to myself, is just clamp it shut, hold it tight, keep it really tight with a Band-Aid, get it cleaned up, get the Neosporin cleaned up. My problem was I couldn't get it to stop bleeding. It was like 20 minutes before it stopped bleeding. And I realized because I'm on so many painkillers, that's why. So if they don't ever stop bleeding me in the hospital, if I don't stop bleeding, that's why, because I take so much ibuprofen and stuff for pain.
Oh, I see.
That's why. I totally forgot. Diane, I don't know about the Albertsons by your house, but we have to use the app to get the very best sale price. Yes, we do too. Katie, our daughter just turned 15, got her first job pumping gas, filling receipts, stocking snacks, $16 an hour, part-time after school, and some hours on weekends. I thought this was a good starting wage, right? Yeah, I think it's good. Denise, in 68 years, I've never paid more than $4,000 cash for a vehicle, and I lived in the middle of nowhere. Yep, I totally get it. Bounty in the Badlands. My hubby as a kid was paid a penny a bale to stack. Woo! Crew of 3 of them would stack 1,000 bales a day. They thought they were rich at the end of the day. Yeah. Wow, that's crazy. Amy says, redecorating the top of my kitchen cabinets with my great-grandmother's china from the 1930s. Ah, that's great. Donna, I use the Flip app to help compare and find cheapest prices of many grocery items. Yep. Rusty says, I had milk just starting to go bad and made cornbread for ham and beans. Yeah, it's really good in cornbread. That's a good idea. Amy, I'm going to Rockland and Portland, Maine next week. Just stops on a cruise to Nova Scotia. Did you like Maine? No, we did not like Maine.
Well,
it was okay, but I didn't really like it.
I really liked the seafront, and in Portland there was outside of Portland there was a big park with a George Washington lighthouse and various other things, and the park was really cool. The town of Portland was really not nice at all, and that was kind of what soured us on it. Really, we did go up the coast a little ways and went to I don't know the name of the town, a little town right on the edge of the sea where you have to go through all kinds of like little places to get there, and it was really nice there. But we didn't go to the northern part of Maine at all, though. But Portland, we would not recommend Portland. Sorry if you live there.
Unimpressed.
Yeah.
Amy says I'm going to Rockland and Portland, Maine next week. Just stops on a cruise. Yeah. I didn't like Portland at all, but there was a lot of cruise ships going through there. It was very interesting seeing all the cruise ships going. Nettie, since yogurt is fermented product, it's probably okay. Yeah, it is. Elizabeth, Tara, you're such a nice change from all the annoying stay-at-home moms who just put their Amazon wish lists up and complain about not having money. I wish they'd watch your channel and get a grip. I haven't seen them, but I don't have TikTok, so I don't watch that. Just Vicky, Twizzlers are real good, she said. Yes, they are. Send me the next one. Nathaniel, that's an ongoing issue here in Kentucky. They build houses around here and they leave rock and concrete chunks all over, and it gets in the ground. It is a mess if you try to dig in our yard. Yes. So what happened was where I'm trying to put my English garden, sometimes my brilliant ideas aren't so brilliant. So that fence area over there was just ugly. It was a nasty fence with nasty rock, and it just looked ugly. And I thought if Jack and I just removed all the rock, we would have soil underneath. I was mistaken. We removed all the rock and we had more rock underneath. And what it is where our house is built is where the rock was the driveway for people to come and dump all of their grass clippings and tree branches and everything in the gully behind us here. And so that was like a U driveway that used to be there. And so I have a pickaxe, a little mini pickaxe that I got.
The little one's really nice.
And I'm literally pickaxing holes to put my plants in. And then we got an auger for $25 at a garage sale, and Jack has been augering holes for me to at least get a little started. It's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. This is one of the dumber things I've ever done. If we sell this house in 2 years, I'm just going to shoot myself in the head.
You mean for that fence?
Yes. Because every house I go and I just want a white picket fence. I love white picket fences. What, 3 houses we put up a white picket fence, I think?
Yeah. Oh, was it 3? I'm not sure.
Andover. And then was the one in Nez Perce? That was.
No, it
was that? Maybe
pallets
just one.
In the back and wire in the front.
Okay, maybe it was just one. It seems like it was 3.
We made that one out of whatever we could scavenge.
I love my white picket fence. And I just want a white picket fence. Yeah, maybe it was just.
Although we put a really nice one in our last house in Kansas, and that one they
just went in and ripped it all out.
As soon as they bought the house, they tore the whole thing out. It was nice. It was a really nice white picket fence, but it also had these really cool arbors with all kinds of plants and stuff on them and everything. And they just gutted the whole thing, and they just scraped it completely and just put like grass, which in that part of Kansas is kind of dead most of the summer unless you really water it like crazy. So.
Here, let me show you what we're talking about. I'm not kidding. It was nice. Look at that puppy right there. Is that not gorgeous? Absolutely gorgeous.
But
they took and just gutted it all. Here's another picture right there.
We had made paths and all sorts of stuff like
Look
that.
we even made this beautiful path. They ripped it all out. They ripped out the paths. They ripped out everything.
That was when it was pretty new, but when we had it for a little longer, it got a lot nicer even.
There was the front of the house. Oh my goodness. I want to cry now. Do you know how much work I spent on this house and then just dumped it a year later?
It's all right. You have this house now. That was we really liked living
That
there.
was cute. I did a good job on that. You were a good worker on that. Thank you.
You're
My
welcome.
design and your working, we did well together. Literally a year later, it was all ripped out.
Yep.
Okay.
All
How do we
right.
get the price book? Livingonadime.com. You can just go to our shop and you can order it right there. I don't know. How many do we have? 10, 20 left? I don't know. I don't ship books anymore. So how many do we have left?
I don't know. It's not a lot.
Okay.
But
well, we'll put them out of stock when they're gone. So as long as you can still order them, we still have them in order in stock. I mean, Badlands, we're in a crunch time here. Our water is turned off in 2 weeks. We sell our heifers Friday, gather cows off summer grass in 3 weeks, wean in 4, pregnancy test in 5. It's time to go. Have mercy. I hope you're not pregnant, Bounty in the Badlands. It's a joke. She's a cattle rancher, guys.
It follows immediately after she talks about the heifers. So.
No, she talks about weaning.
No, okay.
She said they're selling the heifers.
Oh, I see.
So see, I couldn't have known that was the heifers.
Never mind, I gotcha.
How do I know she's not weaning in pregnancy? Patricia made my shepherd's pie right here the other night. It is my favorite recipe. Thank you very much. I am actually going to be cooking through my Dining on a Dime cookbooks here. I'm going to get started. I have actually cut back on the videos because I'm trying to get all my outside stuff done. Now we are in a time crunch in Wyoming. Frost is supposed to be coming in the next 2 weeks. Probably we'll have a frost, maybe 3 weeks. But I have all these plants I need to get in ground. I have all this stuff I want to get painted, like that fence. It's 300 feet worth of fence, guys. This is not a small undertaking here. We're talking 300 feet worth of fence. And so I have all these plants that I want to get in the ground for next year and all of that if we're here.
300 feet worth of fence on the one that we were putting in?
Yeah, there and then on the other side too.
Oh, yeah.
This side's 200 and that's about 100.
Part of the thing for that one is Tar bought sections of picket fence from somebody who was selling it at a garage sale or something.
It was on Upcycle, but yeah, for
And
$200 and saved myself $2,000.
It saved a lot of money, but like Jack and I have built fences where we were working with some construction people we know, and it was kind of cool building it from scratch because we were able to make it really straight, get everything all perfect, and the ground there was soft enough that we didn't need a jackhammer to dig into it.
Yeah. So we So anyway, so I got a sprayer off of Amazon and I tested it and it works really good. So as soon as we get it all up, then I'm just going to, I hope it doesn't take me more than a day to spray all of it. I hope. Of course, I've been way underestimating everything we've been doing. I honestly thought it would take Jack and I like 2 hours to put the entire fence up. I honestly thought it would take like that long. And we've been working on it for 8 weeks now. So Patricia, Maya says, Moya. Appreciate what you have, not what you can't afford. Exactly. Donna, I made the coffee cake recipe in volume 1. Thank you. That's my favorite coffee cake that I've had for years. Put extra topping on top and hubby really likes it. Yeah, you can make double topping, triple topping. You can leave the topping off. You can add chocolate chips. You can add blueberries. You can add cranberries. You can add orange zest. You can do all lemon zest. You can do all those different walnuts, pecans, all of those things. Rusty, what makes me mad is people buying groceries with food stamps than buying cartons of cigarettes. I know. You should. I'm sorry. This is where government regulation. I'm not all for the whole digital system that's going to be coming. I know it's going to be coming. But part of the reason why they're doing it is because people are buying cigarettes while they're using food stamps. No, I don't think you should be doing that. I'm sorry. If you're buying cigarettes, your food stamp thing should not be working. I don't care if you're buying it for whoever. Ugh. Sneakers. Hello, Tara Mike. So happy to catch a slide. Thank you. Jane O'More, 80s clothes were the same price, but better quality and a lot US made. Yep, exactly. Banning the Badlands. Our administration and distribution fees are more than our kilowattage usage. That's just crazy. Big Kim, buttermilk is soured milk. It's okay. So is yogurt. Yep. Elizabeth, the stay-at-home TikTok moms are the worst. Buying bath and body candles, getting their nails done, going on expensive vacation, Hobby Lobby shopping sprees, fast food, and still begging. I know. It's absolutely awful what people are doing. Jody, my electric company sends me e-gift cards because I save on electric every month. Wow, that's pretty cool. Tracy, I'm a senior living in Canada. Here's the next one. I'm a senior living in Canada on a fixed income of $2,024 a month. I own my own condo, car with zero debt. Your recipes are a huge help for me. Thank you so much. You are welcome. And listen, you do not have to buy our cookbook at all. Like, probably what percentage of our recipes do you think are out of the books or on the website? Probably 50% at least.
A lot of them from volume 1, not as many from volume 2.
Probably 50% of them are on the website. And then we have a whole bunch of recipes that aren't even in our cookbooks on the website. Yep. So, Nathaniel.
But we do appreciate it if you buy the cookbooks.
Yes. Nathaniel, I use Kroger for food items and Target for my household, such as toilet paper, laundry, dish detergent. Have Kroger Plus and Target Circle. Always get coupons at Kroger and Target discounts. Yep, very good. Those things really add up. Jen, what is that beautiful thing made of behind you on the wall above the stove? I really like that. I would like to buy one. That is an old 1920s window that I got off the side of the road and put it back together and put all the glass back in it and painted it. And that's what that is. Louise, hamburger meat is really high here in Alabama. I bought 10-pound roll at Walmart for $42. Whew. Yeah. I just got patties at my Walmart for $3.67. So
that's still a lot more than we used to pay for it. Beef has gone up a lot. And Bounty in the Badlands is a rancher and was warning us about it for quite a while in the comments.
Yeah. Guys, you can get our cookbooks right here, volume 1 and volume 2 in the description below. Right there. Different recipes, but they go together, but you can use them separately if you want. And then this is my gluten-free, dairy-free edition. It's all of these recipes, but in a gluten-free, dairy-free cookbook, because that's what I am. Kelly, I was looking at prices for popcorn kernels at the grocery store. At Walmart sold 32-ounce bag for $7, and Meijer sold the same product for $2.50. Knows your prices is right. Oh, yeah. When I lived in Colorado, I never bought groceries at Walmart because it was not the cheapest. But now that we've moved to Wyoming, Walmart is the cheapest. So you have to just know your prices. All right. I should get together with Betty Bullhorn, says Jen. You remind me of her. I don't know who she is, but check her out. Karen, you need to find someone that has a skid steer with an auger to come and drill your holes for the fits. An auger on a tractor won't do it. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Just Vicky, people are crazy. That is beautiful. Thank you. Nettie says that was beautiful. All my arbors everybody's talking about. Thank you. I tell you, they looked beautiful. Rusty said that's gorgeous. Marlene said, wow, can't believe people would do that. Yeah, and we even spent the extra money and got the vinyl fences so I wouldn't have to ever paint it or anything like that.
Oh, at the one in Kansas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
I think a lot of people just don't know how to take care of gardens and things. And so it's not the first house where Tara's made these. It's like been a botanical garden there. And then we go back and look at it 6 months later and it's just completely scraped and it's like gravel or half dead grass, or that's about it. Just
Yeah.
like, I think a lot of people just have absolutely no idea how to take care of garden plants, because our last house was like this too, but all you have to do with a lot of the stuff that Tara's planted is just water it and I guess pull the weeds out of it. Maybe people don't want to do that part. Or if you put in mulch, you don't need to do too much with the weeds.
If you plant your plants close enough together and or you mulch, you don't have that much weeding to do then either. Jane O'More says my old house had its landscaping tore out, weedy driveway and sidewalk there, not cared for. Yeah, I know, it's really sad. Just Vicky, hire your son and his crew for fence painting. Yeah, well, I got a sprayer off of Amazon. I had a Wagner one that I got a garage sale for $5, and that thing was a pain in the butt. So I actually turned around and sold it for $20 and upcycled it. But I got another one on Amazon that was rated even higher than that, and I tested it, and it actually worked really good. Nathaniel, I like white lattice. Reminds me of my granny's house. When I was growing up, everyone in her mobile home park had white lattice, and I always loved it. Yeah, I love white lattice too. You can see the next one. Moya says, all projects take twice as long and twice as much dollars as planned. Let me tell you, this has taken 10 times as long. Not that much more money. I've only spent about $200 more than I thought I would, because I had to go buy 3/4 inch rebar instead of the 1/2 inch we had. And then I bought the paint sprayer. I love you, honey. The paint for free. A friend gave me a whole bunch of white exterior paint for free, so I got that. You still love me anyway, even if I'm wasteful with my money?
You're not generally wasteful, but some projects are bigger projects than Tara imagines at the beginning. Although
I get this vision in my head and I have to have the vision.
But to be fair, I hate that word. But anyway, to be fair, there have been a number of projects that I thought were going to be big debacles that turned into something amazing without too much difficulty. So
yeah. Yeah. I had one comment that said, well, why do you buy so much stuff now? Is it because you didn't have anything growing up? Like, what? No, it has nothing to do with that. It has to do with the fact that I have a really big house and I have a lot of lawn and I like to decorate. So I have all these places I can decorate. So why wouldn't I decorate?
Oh man, Tara's always been really great with gardening and painting, and like, not just paint. She likes painting in houses and things too, but she also likes paintings, and dried floral arrangements and all sorts of decorative things. And so I think I'm
a creative type.
Yes. So she likes the fact that we have a house that has a lot more opportunity for that. It's just that some opportunity is bigger than the vision.
Yeah, I didn't get my mail shed video done this week. You guys want to see my mail shed? Does anybody want to see what the world's cutest mail shed? The world's cutest mail shed has tourists coming to see it.
Yes, it does.
And another one came by today to come see the world's cutest mail shed. Yeah. Water Bucket says the Dining on a Dime oatmeal cookies are delicious. These ones right here, oh my goodness, those are my favorite oatmeal cookies. I make them all the time. Okay, let's see. Does anybody want to see the mail shed? Nobody wants to see it. Okay, I won't show it then. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah, the post office, there are a lot of people. The post office people are, a lot of them are just coming by because they heard it was so amazing.
So our mail lady was telling everybody at the post office how cute our mail shed was.
We're legendary at our post office.
We are legendary. And so she said, if mail trucks start coming by and they don't leave anything, it's because I told everybody about your mail shed. Now they all want to come see it. Okay. People want to see my mail shed. Okay. So let me get up here. Hold on. Let me get the end pictures here. So first of all, Let's see. Can I? Oh, wait. Can I show? Yeah. Let's see. Will that show it there? Oh, shoot. It just shows everything. Okay. Let's see. Can I do this? How can I do this? Do. Oh, shoot. I don't know if, oh, we might have to wait to see the world's cutest mail shed.
Well, are you able to, on my editor, I can make this window go full screen. Can you do that?
Oh, okay. World's cutest mail shed. Here we go. Okay, so this is a video that I'm working on for tomorrow. But first of all,
oh, it's not showing
here's
like
the
that here.
Oh, it's not?
It just went off there and here.
Ah.
Can you drag?
Okay, well, you guys will just have to wait till tomorrow or Friday when I get the video done. I'm sorry.
The part where it's open and stuff is not finished yet.
Here. Let me see if I can find. Well, I'll just show you guys tomorrow. The video will come out tomorrow and then you can see it. Or Friday. Probably Friday. I'll get the video done. But it is the world's cutest. I think I have achieved world domination. I think I should have been at the UN today showing the world's cutest mail shed. Tell the world to get it together, people. We need to have some cuter mail sheds around.
I don't know. There would be a very long debate about whether it was the cutest mail shed. In the end, there wouldn't be a conclusion on that one.
I would be right. That's all that matters is I'm right, is it's the cutest. Okay. Lori says, can you use expired coconut milk? I do. Mike drank some that was a month old last week.
Well, I was asking Tara, how do you know when coconut milk goes bad? If it doesn't smell bad, and well, the expiration date hadn't come, but it had been open and in the fridge for a very long time.
Yeah. Lori, are you still stocking up your pantry? Yes, I am. Fro's family, compared to how long it takes you to earn that amount. Yeah, that's true. Like for us to earn a car would have taken us probably 2 months, 3 months, probably 3 months worth of income, 3 months worth of income when we were first married. And now it could take us an hour if we have a video go viral.
But we don't buy new cars.
No, but I mean the same $3,000 we spent back then we would spend now, it would take us.
Yeah.
You know, if we have a video go. Now, every video doesn't go viral, but I'm just saying.
Some of them do.
Yeah. Jen, so I like it. I had an apartment with that window. I love those windows. You're welcome. Yeah, that was an old one from 1920s. Moya says, I'm lucky my local butcher offers awesome deals on various beef cuts every week. I should go check the butchers here. So when I went to the butcher here, it was ridiculously expensive. But maybe I should go check more because there are 2 of them in town and I should go check more. Roxanne says Kroger has their 24 frozen beef patties for $20 right now. Wow, I wish we would have had a Kroger. That's a great deal. Water bucket. The price book is wonderful. I buy ground beef on $3.99 sale, whole chicken $1.99 a pound, ground turkey $3.99. You go, girl. Man, I am so impressed with how well you have done since your grocery audit. I am so impressed. Beverly, chuck roasts are $5.99 a pound with T-bone and porterhouse steaks going for $4.99. Make it make sense. I know it doesn't make sense. Moya also says my favorite is the less desirable beef cuts that braise really well. Yep. Send me the next one. Roxanne, go to use the Kroger card through to get the lower price. Yes. Yeah. That's the way we did it. Let's see.
Oh. Little crafty nook. Well, I guess.
Hello, little crafty. How are you? Are you going to Vid Summit in a couple of weeks?
Sorry.
Jen says, how much does gas cost in your area? So it was $3 or $2 or something?
It's $3.15 where I saw it the other day. Is it $3.02 now?
It keeps going between $3 and $3.15 here.
Although where we are,
we have the most expensive gas in Yellowstone, in Wyoming, except in Yellowstone.
We don't understand why our town, the gas, like it's in terms of relative to other Wyoming towns, it's not that small, but
Yeah.
we our gas is probably 40% more than, or 40 cents more than anywhere else in Wyoming.
We can
all
go
the
2
time.
hours away to the next biggest city in 2 directions, and it'll be 40 cents cheaper.
So, and for us, it's been between 302 and 315.
Yep. It's a big to-do here because our gas is so expensive. Lori, Shasha's food that's gone up. Went to buy a gallon of paint from Walmart. It's $34. Yeah, I had a cow when I saw that the other day. Peggy, my uncle and dad had a greenhouse. I learned a lot. Yep. I used to, well, so for those of you who don't know, I went to trade school for greenhouse management and landscape design. And I'm a master gardener. I was a master gardener in 3 states. I think 3 states. CC, I made your oatmeal raisin cookie today. Tastes good. Saved a lot of money because we're paying $6 for a small container of oatmeal raisin cookies. Woo! That's a lot. Yeah. I can make it. If you use my recipe in Dining Volume 1, the red one, maybe $1.50, depending on how expensive your ingredients are. Nathaniel says, I cannot stand the people who always want to be a victim, but take absolutely zero responsibility for their actions. I understand some people truly struggle, but they are quiet about it. Yep. I totally get it. Tanya, my kitchen is pretty much done. Just got the ceiling to paint and a couple of small things. Looks so nice. Ooh, that's great. Water bucket, dying on a dime. Oatmeal. Oh yeah, I said that one. Mayo says, you two make a cute couple. Oh, do we make a cute couple? Yes, we were doing okay with our project today, weren't we? We didn't get divorced.
Nope.
Would have been good reason to get divorced, but we didn't get divorced.
I was aware that we were going to do the project this morning, so that helped. If I plan it, if I'm aware we're doing it, and I think, okay, we don't know how long it's going to take, and we're just going to book the plan. And
yeah. Peggy, your house is beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you.
Rusty, plus she doesn't buy brand new, she resale shop. Yeah, I don't buy hardly any of the stuff for my garden. And then half the stuff I buy, I can't use for one reason or another. So I turn around and sell it for, like, if I buy $1, sometimes I can sell it for $20. Or I never sell anything less than $5, but I try to never sell anything less than $10 on Upcycle. And I mean, like the nightstands, I got them all for $1, sold several of them for $10, one for $20 the other day. They were all $1. So I actually probably made money on all of my junk that I buy.
Yes.
Actually,
what's funny is when Tara was talking about us paying like $3,000 or whatever for a car, typically we've bought cars for something like that and then driven them for 10 years. And when we go sell them, we pretty much sell them for the same price. Yeah. So that's pretty funny.
Yeah. You just need the last one. Nettie says one of her favorite recipes is the cheese enchiladas right here. She adds hamburger. She has our 2006 edition. She loves the enchilada sauce recipe, volume 1 right there. Thank you. That is one of our favorites also. Amy, Tara recently planted 10 new green giant trees, added mulch and no weeds. Question, do I rake up and get rid of the mulch in the spring and add new mulch? I don't. I just put new mulch on top because the mulch keeps breaking down into the soil. So I just put a new light layer of fresh on top. Little crafty new mail, as in mail. Oh, for goodness sakes, I thought you meant a place for Mike. No, M-A-I-L shed. Mail shed.
That's hilarious.
Not mail shed.
We, at certain times of the year, we have a lot of outgoing mail, and it's just, we get a lot of snow and a lot of other kinds of weather, and it's been interesting trying to cover with tarps and put it in containers and things. Mm-hmm. And so this is a really pretty way to get something done that's much easier.
Yeah. So here, this is the back side of it right here. I can show this, I think. Whoops, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Hold on, guys. Let me get this figured out here. Okay. There. Okay, here we go. Here's the back side of my mail shed. There, that'll show, won't it?
Yes.
That's the back side of it. Pretty darn tootin' cute, if I do say so myself.
See, it has shelves with flowers.
Take off the
decorations.
You gotta take off our sale thing, so they can see the full.
Oops.
So they can see the full whatever.
1 second, please. Sorry,
So all of this is garage sale and thrifted. These are all my old doors. I got the old doors for $10. I got the roof, the tin roof for $2.50 at the Restore. I got those lanterns on top for $1 at a garage sale. I got the little red decorative shelf holders for $3.50 at the Restore. And all the other decorations were all $1 each. Isn't that cute?
That's the backside.
I was rather impressed with myself.
It's very
I have
nice.
to say. Here's
and it's very entertaining for the post office people.
Okay, I'll just go through each one. Hold on. We'll just go through each one. I can't make you guys.
It's totally black now.
Oops, hold on. Just a second. Are we still live?
We are, but I'm going to put our picture up so YouTube doesn't think the show's
here's
over.
Here's the side. Look at all. Aren't those cute?
Oh, how nice.
I just thought that was just too darn tootin' cute, if I do say so myself. Does anyone else say so also? And then, hold on. Here's the front.
Ooh,
just a moment.
Tara figured out how to show it.
I figured out how to show it. Sorry, guys. Oops, wait. It takes me just a moment here because there's got to be an easier way to do this.
Well, you tell me ahead of time and I'll prep it all for you.
Okay. There. Is that not just darn tootin' cute?
It's really nice.
Oh my goodness.
If you look straight from the front, though, you see all the decorations on both sides, which is really cool, too.
Then inside, here we go. On the oops.
Somehow it looked like it was showing.
Okay, so then on the inside, I remember my cute little wallpaper that I had at the garage sale that I got. I think I paid $1 for it. Is that not cute? Oh my goodness. I just think that's just too cute.
Everyone's loving it. Adorable. You're so talented and creative, Tara.
Aw, thanks. And then here's the other
Nicole
side.
wants to know if we're worried about wind in Wyoming, especially.
So let me show you. I took care of that. I took care of that right here on the next side. You will see. Boom. See those poles? Underneath those poles are T-posts that are holding in my shed so that the wind won't go. I also have.
It's also on a pallet.
Yeah, I also have it on a pallet because that's our drainage right there. Underneath the pallet and the chairs where our water drains for the driveway. But also on the back side, I won't go back to that picture, but on the inside and the back side, I have a white cement cinder block also holding it down.
I think it's mostly the T-posts, though, and
because
the
I knew if I did this, it would end up in the neighbor's yard.
And since it's attached to a pallet that's wider than the base of it, that's helpful too.
Yeah,
we get less wind than the rest of Wyoming, but we can get a lot of wind.
It can be bad
at certain times, especially in the winter when it's 30 below zero. Then it's really windy. So,
yep. So did everybody like it? I couldn't see the.
Yep, you have lots of. Oh, now you can see it.
Okay, let me get back.
Mail shed should go viral. Yes.
I know. Let's see. Okay, so got that one. Let me go through and see what we got here. Susie, I'm trying to convince my son to buy his 16-year-old a less expensive car, less than $10,000. He works 2 jobs and struggles. He wants to get her a Volvo SUV.
Why?
Well, then he wants to work a job. I'm sorry. That's absolutely ridiculous.
Well,
there's no reason for that.
So, of course, we never buy anything new, any cars new. Because for us, a car is just a way to get there. And so we shop them really carefully to get really nice ones. But it's like $3,000 to $5,000 mostly we would spend on a car. And we pay cash for that. For the kids, right now, our agreement was
We'll
For
give
your
them
first car, we'll
$3,000.
give you $3,000. If you want a $3,000 car, great. If you want a more expensive car, you have to cough up the rest of the money.
Yeah. Only because all of our kids have had to drive to school. There was no alternative for them to get to school. There was no bus, no nothing like that. So they had to drive to school, or we had to drive them, and we didn't want to drive them once they could drive.
But we try to teach them, first of all, to have responsibility for their own expenses to some degree. Because if they just get anything they want, they have no respect for the value of money. And so it is interesting to see how creative they've been with it. Like Jack asked us if his car cost less than that, would we give him the difference in cash?
They're like, well, I guess.
Like, wow, I'm kind of proud of you for thinking of that.
Like, well, yeah, and then you can use it for repairs later if you needed them. So Crescent says, if you mill your own flour, how would you use it for your recipes? I would just use it the same amount. You might need slightly more liquid or slightly less liquid, depending on how much moisture is in your flour. So if it seems like it's too wet, add just a little bit more. If it seems like it's too dry, you might need to add a little bit, or vice versa is what I mean. So yeah, Jason, what is the best laundry detergent brand and type? So I did a whole video on that comparing laundry detergents. And I can't remember which one we ended up with for laundry detergent that was the best. But
we do have a video.
If you search,
was it a live show or a regular video?
It was a regular video. So on Living on a Dime, if you search laundry detergent, you'll see where I actually did a comparison. I can't remember which one it was. Susie, let's see. Got that one. Water Bucket says she freezes some of the oatmeal cookie dough. That's great. Valley of Badlands, I bet the Porterhouse a price lower to move overstock Primal out of inventory. A Primal is the whole section for that cut. Porterhouse comes off the shortcomings. Primal. Very interesting. Roxanne says here in North Central, it's $2.59 for gas. Wow. That's great. Little
North Central where?
Crafty Nook.
I think she said
say
Georgia. I thought it said.
No, just says North Central.
Oh,
I guess the North Central U.S. I don't know. Little Crafty Nook. My besties, Louisiana, Master Gardener. It's a lot of work. Yeah, it was for me too when I was doing that. $3.50 for gas in Michigan. Roxanne said, "Oh yeah, North Central Georgia." She reposted it. Cece says ground beef is like $10 a pound now. So I don't know where you live, but yeah, you need to go shop at other places. And listen, I have no sympathy if you have to drive places. At one point in my life, I literally had to drive 70 miles each way for 3 years. And I did it with a toddler and a newborn. Mom and I and a toddler and a newborn would go into town once a month, 70 miles each way. It was a whole day affair, and get groceries and come back. And then Mike on his way home from work would fill in between. So I have no sympathy if you have to drive 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 miles to get groceries. You can do it. People just don't want to do it anymore. It's just laziness.
Well, the other thing is, if you only shop at one store, then you should check all the stores in your area, because like everywhere we've ever lived, if you just go to one store, you could easily pay a lot more for it than you would pay somewhere else. How much is it though, like where you get it?
What?
The ground beef. Here,
it's like $4 a pound right now.
So a lot of times it does depend on what store you go to. It might be $10. It's unlikely that it would be that at all the stores that are available. It's just a lot of people are used to going to one or two stores and not checking the others. And I would do that for sure.
Nettie just used my dishwasher soap recipe from my book, Dining on a Dime, Volume 1. Yep. Right here. You guys can get it in the description below. I guarantee you will save money with this cookbook. Not one person has said, oh, I couldn't save any money with your cookbook. Everybody saves money because we have 1,200 recipes and tips in there. It is huge. That's why I'm just going to start cooking through it and just start doing more recipes. I've just made the decision that I'm going to start doing recipes with everything that's going on in the world, the whole Charlie Kirk thing, the rapture that was supposed to happen today and all this. Some people have been wanting me to do chatting on world events and all that. And while I have plenty to say about all that stuff, don't I?
Yes.
I
got something to say.
I just feel like people just need to learn how to cook again. Moms need to stay home and raise their kids, and they don't know how to even cook dinner that's not just tater tots and ding dongs and ho-hos. They don't know how to do it. And so I just feel like, yeah, all of that. Sandy, did we get everything worked out with our son's tire issue? Yeah, it was a battery issue. We did. We ended up driving all day Thursday, 14 hours to help our son with that.
Well, that wasn't the only thing we took there, but
we love our child very much. So, yeah. Our children worth it, dear.
Yeah.
Yes.
Were you not wanting to say what the other thing was?
Yeah. Well, so our son is not at home working at home right now. He's working elsewhere, and he's in a very remote place and ended up having a dead battery. So we had to take a battery to him because he couldn't get to civilization to get a battery.
3 hours from anywhere he can buy a car battery.
Yeah. But in the meantime, he ended up with a very severe tooth infection where just 5 months ago, he was absolutely pristine on his cleaning. He ended up with a severe tooth infection and had to have a root canal Monday. So we went up Thursday, took him the antibiotics to get started on and the battery. And then, so Mike and I left at 8 and we got home at 11 o'clock. So however many hours that is. And then 15 hours, I guess. No wonder I was tired. I don't think I've still recovered. It took me 2 days to recover from that. And then, because what happened was when we got to the last civilization stop before we went to him, we discovered we had the wrong part. So Mike spent an hour driving around the town trying to find the right part. And they're like, well, you're just going to have to go to this other town 3 hours away. And we're like, yeah, that ain't going to happen. So we're just like, okay, Lord, please let it just be the battery, not this other part. And so anyway, we spent 15 hours Thursday, got his vehicle working, got him on antibiotics started. For those of you who don't know, my brother became paralyzed because of a tooth infection. So in our family, we are very paranoid about that. And then our son came home Sunday. Monday had a root canal and went back to his job yesterday. Yeah.
It's been exciting.
It's no wonder I'm tired. And
we are pretty remote. Well, there are a lot of places in Wyoming that are pretty remote. So.
Yeah. So anyway. And coming home, the Lord cleared the road for us because you guys don't know what it's like driving at night in Wyoming. It is dangerous. It's very dangerous driving at night in Wyoming, especially this time of year, because all the animals are coming down from the tops of the mountains coming down. And I was praying the whole way, Lord, please clear the road, because what happened was the town we were in, it's a tourist town, but I didn't know that it was going to be that busy. And we were going to stay the night at a motel, but we decided to go ahead and come home because we couldn't find a motel room really. We found one. We were like, well, shoot, it's only 3 or more hours home. We smacked a rabbit. So the world is less populated with one rabbit, thankfully.
I tried to miss it, but it just wanted to die. So it ran under the car anyway.
We passed 6 or 8 deer just right on the edge of the road. One elk was standing in the road looking at us like, what are you doing on the road? This is my road.
It was like, come at me, bro.
And we were like, we have a forerunner now. We will win.
Well, I don't know if anybody wins in that scenario.
Well, this was a smaller elk. It wasn't a big one.
There were still quite a lot of them on the road, right?
There was a couple of antelope. So, and we saw 3 grizzly bears. I've never seen, in all of living in Colorado and Wyoming, I have never, ever, ever seen a grizzly bear or bear at all. I mean, I lived up in the mountains in Rocky Mountain National Park, and I never saw a bear. 3 grizzly bears in what, 30 minutes maybe? 40 minutes? 30 or 40 minutes from where we were at? I was totally...
We're not grizzlies everywhere in Wyoming, but...
Yeah, in the area
like right where our town is, we don't have grizzlies.
Yeah.
But Elizabeth, yes, we have a lot of deer, like a huge amount. Actually, it's funny because
that's why we're putting up the picket fence so I can have a garden and the deer don't eat it all. Hopefully.
Well, it's funny because one time Jack and I were driving on the mountain that's near us at night, driving over the mountain. It was completely pitch black. There wasn't a single car anywhere on the entire road the whole way we were on. But we were like, whoa, there's there were a whole bunch of antelopes standing on the road, just barely missed them. Okay. Oh, hey, wow, there's Antelope Butte. We're like, oh, hey, there are bunches of elk walking across the road, and we had to stop really quick. And oh, look, it's the Elk View Lodge. Like, gee, I wonder why all these names are on these places. And I guess driving over it at night, we realized why.
Nathaniel says, so anyway, the Lord cleared the road for us, and we did not smack anything big. Thank you.
Yes.
Nathaniel, I can't even begin to imagine affording the gas car insurance registration on $960 a month, and it just seems overwhelming, even on an old car. I'm 26 with disabilities and very little driving experience. Yeah, here's the thing. Taking a taxi or an Uber or the bus is a very good option for some people. I was talking to a friend the other day, and they were talking about helping another friend buy a car. And I said, even if you spend the $1,000 on a car, you're still going to spend about $300 a month on insurance, gas, and maintenance. I said, for $350 a month in our town, she could get 54 trips to her work, Walmart, the doctor, grocery store. She could get 54 trips for that same $300 a month. I said, it may not be worth it for her to get a car. So, yeah. All right. Valley Badlands says 38 miles to go to town, 110 to the nearest city for me. Yep. My favorite store was 175 miles away. Yeah. When we were driving 70 miles for groceries, Mike worked 100 miles each way from home.
Well, and that was when we lived in a pretty remote part of Idaho. It was 70 miles to the grocery store in a town of 30,000. So if we wanted to go to a bigger city, we could go to Spokane, Washington, which was it 3.5 hours?
Yeah.
3.5 hours away. That was the next biggest city besides the town of 30,000. And I worked in a town that was, like Tara said, 100 miles away, but that's where Washington State University is. So it was like, I don't know, 15 or 20,000 people.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty cool seeing the 3 grizzly bears, though. I had never, and I would have slowed down to look at the one, but there was a guy tailgating me, and I couldn't pull over without smacking the deer.
Well, yeah, the one was probably 10 feet away from us when we drove by it, but we weren't able to slow down or stop.
Yeah.
It was super cool to see it, though. We wouldn't have gotten out of the car.
No.
You don't do that with grizzlies.
We don't go up and pet them.
Yeah, grizzlies they're nice to be viewed at a distance from inside of your car.
Yeah. Well, and even then it can be dangerous if you're not careful. Susie, we had a friend that ended up in a coma from a tooth infection. They thought he wasn't going to make it. Yeah. My brother ended up getting a root canal. The dentist refused to give him antibiotics. He ended up in the hospital paralyzed. And it was like 2 years before he could hold a hammer again. And then it happened again 10 years later. And let me tell you, we are paranoid. I don't mess around with tooth infections in this family. And yeah, so anyway.
Did you see that Crystal said your hair's cute?
Oh, thank you. You like my Tara's toupee? It's my Tara's toupee. Do you love me even if I wear a toupee?
She only wears that for the shows, but yes.
Yes. Roxanne,
actually, you have pretty glorious hair, honey.
Oh, thank you. You like my gray hair?
Yep.
You did it when I was first growing it out. It totally.
It's because it was 3 different colors at that time.
Oh, I couldn't help it. I'm sorry.
I think didn't you like burn it when they were trying to do something to it, and then
No. What happened was I had colored my hair. So then when I started growing out, it had bleached because it was in the sun. So the bottom part that was colored got bleached from the sun. So it was kind of this reddish color. But then the brownish gray part was my natural color. And then the gray was coming in is what happened. So yes, it was weird for a little while, but I got over it.
But now it looks great.
Roxanne says you're going to need an 8-foot fence, Tara. My dear, we're jumping 4 feet. We added another 4 feet. Yes. So I already know that this is not going to keep the deer completely out of my garden. But I already have plans. I have mirrors that I'm going to be hanging up on the fence that will reflect things. And that's going to keep them scared. I also have spinny things that I'm anticipating putting up. And then
you have what do you call it? Ribbons and things.
Yes. And then I have solar lights that I already have planned to put on there. So I have a lot of things that I'm going to be doing to try and keep them out, but it's still, yeah, I know.
I wanted to get a motion detector with one of those little guys that you see at car lots, that the little blowy guy that goes, goes down.
That would be good. Yeah.
I just thought that would be hilarious.
Yeah. Value balance.
Well, and also the deer aren't the worst of the problem this year. This year, the rabbits were just like an infestation. There were so many of them. It was like locusts.
Valley Badlands, we have a county bus that does our hamlet twice a month for $5. I use it now that I'm old and hate winter roads. Yeah. It's $3.50 a ride here, and they come to your door. So for $7 for a trip, that's definitely worth it. Most definitely worth it. Diane loves my mail shed. Thank you. Very practical. Yes. Well, I had come up with the idea 2 years ago. And somebody was not happy about helping me build it because he could not see the vision.
Well, I just thought based on the amount of work I was doing to
We won't
put the stuff
mention
out,
names.
it wasn't that much work that I was doing. So I was like, why are you going to spend time on that?
But this year I was like, Jack, you are old enough. You can help me now. Now, it didn't all go as
Jack
planned.
Never complains.
He doesn't.
He doesn't complain.
Poor guy. He's very good about not complaining, but he did help Mom. Now, Mom paid him. I did pay him to help me because he wasn't working during the summer for a traditional job. So yeah. Anyway.
So he worked for you.
So he worked for me. Yes. Oh, Karen says old CDs. Yeah. So I have several mirrors that I'm going to put up that will be reflecting things. And then I'm going to try and ask for Christmas or Mother's Day those twirly things in the garden and get a couple of those. That scares them.
A motion detector that makes machine gun sounds when they come near.
I used one of the sonic things and my kids could hear it. I could hear it, but my kids could hear it and they hated the sound. So I was like, okay, I had to return that.
You couldn't hear it?
No, I could hear it, but it didn't annoy me as much.
I heard it just enough to be very unpleasant.
Yeah. All right. Visit us livingonadime.com, guys, to get free recipes and tips on how to save money. Please give us a thumbs up and subscribe and share our videos. People are still in our videos, and those thumbs ups really, really help YouTube put our videos out and combat all those people who are still in our videos. Have a good night. We'll see you guys later. livingonadime.com.